What up, and welcome everybody. Welcome to Pinoy News. Man, listen, all right. We was over on fucking gaming stream. We basically took that bitch over talking about fucking economics and economic things. Just getting into like the minutia and the details of what we should do when a whole fucking city or a town or whatever, a county collapses. And we had a lot of points of contention about these type of things, and we were having a hard time having that discussion. Because if we're honest, we had a couple of fucking, rereads in the stream, like Doc Griffin and, fucking, what the hell's his name? Oh, yeah, fucking 3/4 Yoda, who were not interested in standing here having this conversation. Well, let's be honest here. Doc Griffin is only interested in having a conversation if, it comes from 1980s left-wing point of view. You know what I mean? Like if it's not about fucking slacker politics and slacker fucking ideology, he's really not interested in motherfucking standing here having a fucking conversation about anything. Red Raptor, what up? Mr. Goatman, what up? And I'll be honest, like, yo, dude, I don't know why I don't like Doc Griffin. Like, legit, it's just something about him rubs me as like he got stuck in the 1980s and never fucking update. Like he still worships George Carlin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, George Carlin is good, but I think Yoda's a faggot, but that's just me.
Well, Yoda beefs with everybody. You know what I mean? He's got to learn how to check that motherfucker when it comes down to it. That's really where it gets down to. You got to check him. You know what I mean? It's that fucking simple. Steel City Armory. That is badass. What is that? Is that your fucking is that your shit?
Yep, I got my Pinoy, do you have an Instagram, just out of curiosity?
No, I do not. TK Mal, what up? McNair, how the fuck you doing?
Welcome, my nigga, how's it going? Get in here.
Who's that?
TK Mal.
Oh, TK Mal. Yeah, you know what, man? Fucking like yo, we'll throw the motherfucking link in the goddamn chat here, man. Fucking if you want to come in, my brother. Oh wait, that's not it. That's
no homo, but he's one of my favorite people on here.
What's wrong with the homo?
I suppose nothing. Then yeah, like mucho homo. Then whatever. You really want to be that way?
He said, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, TK Mike, you want to hop in? Come in, man. Fucking links in the goddamn chat. But yeah, so we were having a conversation until like fucking Doc Griffin decided that his brain hurt too much from listening to smart people actually talk. And Addy, why do you like Doc? I don't understand.
I like Doc. I mean, I like you too, but you're semi-retarded in many ways.
I am not semi-retarded in many ways.
Are you sure?
Yes, pretty sure. All right, I'm only retarded when it comes to like art and comic books and nerd shit and like coloring in the lines in a coloring book.
And a few more.
What else am I retarded about? Oh, and keeping my dick in my pants and pulling out of bitches.
English.
I'm all right with English. I speak good.
Are you?
I speak good.
Yeah.
What, man?
Women? I mean, fuck.
As I said, I don't pull out of bitches,
No, you knock them all up.
I know. I like pussy. Just one of those things. Oh, by the way, I had my wisdom teeth pulled out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And legit, I didn't take no medication for it because I'm not a bitch.
And your wisdom is gone.
TK Mal.
And your wisdom is gone.
So anyway, we were having a conversation about economics, right? And we got into my mentality. Yo, Addy, what is your solution?
Kill people. And I know that sounds superfluous, but no. Yeah, I would.
That's my solution too, for the record.
Look,
that's TFM solution too.
If you put me in charge of the world, and when I say in charge of, I don't mean president, I mean dictator.
Yeah, I feel where you are.
Yeah.
Rivers of blood. But there's like 7 billion people here. I'd get rid of at least 5. Fuck people.
Oh, shit, Gutenberg.
Right.
Yo, fucking, and BB's here. What up, BB? You know what I'm saying? Red Raptor. You know, my boy, fucking, McNair. Fuck y'all doing? Welcome. All right, so.
Okay, so what I
Addy
don't
said-
understand is
What up?
why you would need to induce the death of people when people are pretty good at just eliminating themselves on a pretty decent rate.
Not quickly
Well,
enough.
they have a bad
Oh,
habit
you
of
would
fucking and
be-
occasionally multiplying.
Yeah, they breed a bunch of people before you kill them.
Yeah,
Or
only
before
if
they
you-
die normally. So
Only
yeah.
if you keep throwing resources at them. North America is surprisingly inhospitable if you don't just throw infinite money at people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd kill them.
See, this is where my mentality was coming from, right? I'm like, yo, look, if you're gonna eat, you're gonna eat yourself. I don't want to be feeding you, right? Legit. Like I was like, yo, look, why don't we stand here and let motherfuckers stay in their homes when like their plants close and you know what I mean, fucking Kentucky or West Virginia or PA or Ohio or Detroit, right? And like we don't have we get rid of proking god damn it, BB, you fuck me up. It's say smoking out of a dildo, right? But you stand here and you eliminate fucking property taxes and you know what I mean local fucking state and federal taxes and shit on individuals, and you get rid of the permitting and you let individuals who are smart enough make it the fuck out and rebuild their economy, and you let individuals stand here and grow their own fucking food and shit, and you make sure that individuals feed themselves and you don't hand out a whole bunch of resources to them. You let them do it themselves and rebuild their community from the bottom up. Like, why is this such a fucking hard concept for people to goddamn grasp?
Also,
I mean, you've already answered your own question. You've got these massive bureaucracies that grew when times were really good and then strangled the life out of the fucking industry. And then they just continue to exist to continue to strangle the life out of everything in the fucking city.
Right. I mean, and this is my problem, right? This is where I'm at, Addy, is that like, yo, look, we need to get rid of these giant bureaucracies. And you say it was unions and black people and I forget what else you said, crush Detroit. Legit, the large amount of it.
The auto industry. They made shit cars.
Well, no, but yo, the reason why they made shit cars is because we stood here and said, look, you have to come up with a way to fucking get up to like 35 miles per gallon or whatever the case was. And we want you to put these smog things in your fucking things. And you went on, dude, you went on a fucking mic, bro. Yeah, I'll tell you whatchamacallit here. Hang on, wait.
Yeah, it was business hostile fucking policy that wrecked Detroit. General Motors is not incapable of making a good car, but when you put a gun to their head, like, if this car releases CO2, we'll fucking shoot you. You're not going to have a good car.
Yeah, but the thing is, you say whatever you want about regulations and however stupid they may be. Let's not pretend the Japanese didn't do it better.
And let's not also pretend like there's not regulatory capture going on. What's going on is, whatever big companies that are left over, they have their former engineer working at these regulatory bodies. And basically you have it so that, maybe I could start up a car company in my garage, drilling freaking holes into a chunk of aluminum. And yeah, maybe that first generation wouldn't meet emission standards, but maybe the second generation would blow them out of the water.
Well, but
I don't have that ability to make that startup capital from having a less efficient engine.
Nor could
it's cutting the legs off of any competition unless they have enough startup capital to compete with GMC or whatever.
Nor could anyone else. And by the way, when I say nor could anyone else, I also mean Elon Musk, because you're going to be in prison.
All these
he's 100% illegal as fuck.
All right, one at a time, niggas. One at a time. All right.
Gotcha.
Like, yo, so Steel Snake, you said what?
I said all these fucking emissions regulations are ludicrous bullshit. The only reason that coal is being pushed out is because it's too cheap. This entire green movement exists only so they can collect more money.
No, that's not why coal's being pushed out. It's because of the fact that, like, in our fucking fracking fields, natural gas is coming up as a byproduct, and so much of it's coming up that we have no way of capturing it, and it's literally being shipped for free. So it's putting coal fucking out of business.
Yeah, coal.
Natural gas is only a really viable energy source where you already have infrastructure. Once you build the piping, it's about as close to free energy as you get. But the coal is such an underutilized resource; it's insane. It's almost free, and it burns at 10 times the temperature that wood does.
Dude, I put the link in the thing, man. If you want to come in, like fucking, I told you, you're always welcome, my brother. You know the deal. Stop pissing in my river.
Coal is an incredibly great, like, manufacturing power source. It's not all that great for, like, urban power grids and powering tons of Teslas or powering a bunch of homes. That's not what it's real great at. That's what natural gas is good at, especially because you can have more, like, evenly distributed natural gas facilities. Like, you could have a natural gas processing burning plant in every single town in America, and it wouldn't really change the look of things all that much. Putting an efficient coal plant in every single town in America, that actual infrastructure is not negligible at all. Coal is really good for industrial purposes. If you want a big freaking hot furnace, it's good. If you need a source of cheap uranium that refines itself, it's good. It's good for a bunch of stuff, but Pinoid is right for, like, actual everyday electricity use. Natural gas is preferable in almost every single way.
Yes, but the natural gas can't be utilized in the most efficient way until you have the infrastructure. And I do agree that if you're dealing with scale, like for instance, any power generation that runs off of heat, the larger the larger the system is, the more efficiency you get. Coal plants typically have to be very large to get the kind of efficiency that you can get out of natural gas. But my point is that literally coal is good for everything that natural gas isn't good for.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And I'm not saying that natural gas should just be taxed out of existence. I'm just saying it's going to be naturally displaced for everything except, like, manufacturing use.
Dude, like, everything in this state runs off natural gas. If they hiked the taxes on that, I would literally cut off my governor's head. Like,
No. I'm talking about the taxes on coal and shit. I'm saying that's stupid.
Oh, sorry. Well, you said natural gas, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well, yeah, like the government shouldn't be picking winners and losers. It's kind of like that. That's the basic premise of all this fucking bullshit. Like, you know, there was a SNL sketch back in 2009, I think it was, where, like, the big three had to go in front of Congress or whatever. And SNL did a sketch, and there was a lady who legit just fucking nailed it. She looked at the fucking big three and goes, "We've mandated 50 miles per gallon cars by 2010. So we've done our job. What are you doing to bring better cars into the whatever," right?
The dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Yo, but legit, that's what Congress does, though. Like, yo, they mandate some shit and then they do, well, you figure it the fuck out, right? And that's what happened with a lot of the fucking American car industry when it really comes down to it.
Oh yeah.
You know, because Americans did two things really well. One was massive horsepower for muscle cars that go quarter miles very quickly, right? 3-4 show to stop being a dick. Fucking, yo, and then fucking the other one is luxury, right? American cars did luxury so much better than the rest of the world back in the 50s through the 80s. They were better than fucking German vehicles as far as fucking luxury was concerned. Like pound for pound. Cadillacs, fucking Oldsmobiles, Pontiacs, all of them. They had this amazing fucking like what was it? The pneumatic suspensions and shit like that. The only one that really even came close was the Citroen out of fucking France and shit. But like then they go, well, you need to have, great fuel mileage and fucking, put these EPA smog pumps on and the super cats. And it took a while for us to get, efficient at it. It took 10, 15 years to get to the point where it was good.
It just pisses me off. It's like the country is a car that's running and the government just keeps pissing in the fucking gas tank.
No, what the government does, they keep making it leaner.
Everything. We're producing electricity with the most inefficient means possible. We're making stupid cars to save a planet that's not dying.
I have an entirely unrelated question. Steel Snake.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing that thing? Because the rest of you is naked. It's like, do you think you're going to give us COVID or?
No. I just don't want to dox myself. I don't like showing my face. I'm not afraid to show my face. I don't really want it out there.
I'm pretty sure you've already shown enough that to the extent that you can dox yourself, you did.
Well, it's not really. I don't care if anyone knows who I am. I don't like to put a face to my name. Like, if someone really wants to look me up, they can, but I'm not going to do it for them.
I feel like you put your business card out in the beginning of the stream.
All it has is my email on it. I don't have my home address or my name.
No, but I'm just saying you're not covering enough of your face that you're not identifiable. So,
well, then who am I? If it's so easy to figure out who I am.
I'm not trying to figure out who you are, nor do I care. I'm just saying if the eyes are what gives it away for a person's face. It's really not the nose.
Yeah, Google probably has your fucking docs in the metadata there, just from its AI scrubbing everything.
Steel Snake's cool as shit. Not to misunderstood. But anyway, Bearded Bastard, you asked about fucking Cali and the electric car only bullshit. Yeah, what is it? 2030? They're no longer gonna like fucking allow gasoline cars to be sold in California.
I believe it's 2035.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and their power grid is already regularly experiencing brownouts because they prematurely moved to like mostly wind and solar power. So I don't know how they're going to deal with all of their transportation being moved onto the electric grid.
They're not. It won't.
It's in the chat.
California doesn't have the money to do that. If California can't afford it, no one can. You can't run a state purely off renewable energy. It can't be done.
And QQ's over here, man. What up, QQ? Fucking nice to see you out here, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Gutenberg, the link is in the fucking chat, dude. I put it in there 3 times now.
Well, anything can be done for the proper price. That doesn't make it economically viable. I mean,
yeah, I just did a stream.
Most people think that money isn't real. Money is a tangible representation of energy as it travels through our world. Like if something's
you're wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are wrong, you are way wrong. All right, there's a big difference between money and currency. All right, a huge difference. All right, money is something that's actually tangible. A currency is something that's representative of something that's tangible. All right. And what we have is a currency. We do not have money. Money's gold. It's silver. It's fucking oil. It's been tobacco, wheat, beer. At one point, those were all money. They're actual things that individuals could use and would always take. Right.
Hemp was also money at one point in Americas.
Yeah. I'm rich.
Goot, what up, man?
Because everyone needed it for their ships and shit.
Oh yeah, and they used it for paper. They used it for all types of shit back in the day.
Gutenberg, it's been a long time.
Unfortunately, those Mexicans just couldn't stop raping white women whenever they smoked it, so we had to make it illegal. But we're all safer now.
William Randolph Hearst. Gutenberg.
I wish I could even say he was wrong.
Yo, he is wrong. Fucking, that was a William Randolph Hearst thing. Fucking, that was a reference to fucking William Randolph Hearst actually owned a whole bunch of wood and paper mills. And he also ran a bunch of newspapers and fucking movie studios. So he made up a whole bunch of like fake newspaper ads and all types of shit because he was going to lose his ass when the decorticator came out. Which is a way of making hemp into fucking, something more useful at a fucking large scale, at an industrial scale. There we go. History, my friends, it's important that you read. It's important that you know what the fuck's going on. Barter and trade, my nigga. I'm with you, right? And this is where I'm getting back to. This is like, all right, so we were actually having this conversation about what do you do with towns that fall down, right? Like towns that end up losing all their industry and things of this nature. All right, good. Let me know when you're motherfucking ready to rock, my brother. Right?
And you're still wrong, Peanut.
I'm right. I'm right as shit. Like, yo, you need to get rid.
You're talking about subsidizing them like a communist.
No, not subsidizing them, eliminating the crippling taxes. That's not subsidizing. That's just you're not stealing from them anymore.
Yeah, like all the things that were put on you.
Look, they're two separate things. You can talk about like taxes theft to whatever degree you want to, but if you're enjoying the value of it, you need to pay the price.
I don't think that we should have like special tax treatment unless there are extenuating circumstances, but the government does steal entirely too much money.
Agreed, but if you're operating under the system and enjoying the system in these bad neighborhoods, don't start whining about how now I shouldn't pay property taxes because things went tits up. Fuck that.
Well, no. What good do taxes do if your district is defunct? Like you're paying taxes to a town that's dying, people are losing their homes, crime is skyrocketing. Like in that case, taxes are doing more harm than good. None of the money is being spent on helping the community. It's all going in the politician's pocket.
The solution to that problem, though, is move.
Yeah, look, again, we're talking about doing this without having mass exoduses from these areas.
Why?
Right?
Why don't you want mass exoduses?
Because people sink money into their homes.
You're voting by your feet in that case. That's what you want to do. That's what leads communities to understand you can't operate this inefficiently.
Okay, hang on a second. Yo, Goot, are you fixed up yet? No, yes, still got mic issues. All right, that's cool. Fucking like, yo, I was just checking on you. I was just checking on you.
Andy, I'm on the same page here. Like, I have a friend who's in LA, and I told him very clearly, you should probably get out of there before November. He's like, no, I can't leave until January because I won't be done with college until then. I'm like, well, you know that might be too late, or maybe you'll be okay, but your feet aren't nailed to the floor. Like, why people would stay in a town that's doomed, even if they were going to take a loss, I don't know. But most people don't really want to abandon the home that they spent like 30 years paying into and go start anew somewhere else with nothing.
I heard something. I heard something from Goot. Goot, say some shit.
God, this StreamYard shit is so fucking retarded, my dude. How you been? Oh my god.
Oh man, I've been. I like StreamYard. It's not terrible.
Oh, how's the mic quality? Dude, it's been like 4 months.
Sounds good.
Stream. How you been?
It sounds great.
All right, are you from New Jersey?
No, I'm from North Central Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area. I mean,
but you kind of have like the New York, Brooklyn /
No. That's just me talking really fast because I got shit to say.
By the way, Gutenberg, it's been forever.
Andy, how you been, my guy? I'm sorry, I don't know the avatar. How you been, man?
Drunk as usual.
Drunk as usual. What are you drinking on? How you been?
I'm drinking Smirnoff. Yeah, Smirnoff.
Oh, the Russian winter coat there. There you go.
Russian winter coat.
I don't trust the vodka, man. That's got me in too many issues over the course of my life. But Tom, how you been? How's the river? Brown as ever?
You know the deal, man. Fucking, it was super low this year. I could literally smell your fucking pee in the goddamn thing.
Listen, I was down in Hanover the other day, and I had to drive through that cesspool that you call home. And that Statue of Liberty, I mean, someone needs to get out there and buff that up. You know what I mean? It's looking a little stale.
It's called patina, dude. It's beautiful.
Oh,
like,
that ain't
every
patina.
single time someone repaints a bridge that's all beautiful and rusty, I want to kill them.
Listen, where are you from?
He's from West Virginia.
Okay. Well, West Virginia. So, all right, listen. Imagine you live in the northern part of your state, and all the rivers come together and form one big river, and that's where all the shit water comes down and accumulates. That's where Tom P lives.
Why am I not surprised?
Tom P literally is in the cesspit of northern central Pennsylvania's fucking runoff garbage shit.
All right,
water.
Tom, I want you to keep your ears open. If you hear a kerplunk, that was me just taking a dump in the Ohio River. You'll see it in about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Pinoy lives in the cesspool of YouTube too. So,
well, Tom Pino is one of my favorite YouTubers as of late, other than the normal suspects, Sinatra and fucking Ghastly, fucking what's his name?
Me.
All right, I'm a little hammered, so fucking. Anyway, what are you guys talking about? Economics,
like we're saying, like if a town dies, right? Like like up there in the cold regions, you had like Frackville and all them places, right? I think the best solution for a lot of those places, instead of having individuals like have a house where they would have to walk away from it because nobody would buy it, right? Mm-hmm. Like just eliminating property taxes and eliminating like fucking local income tax and federal and state income tax on them, having them covered by the state police. And then letting the fucking community go, hey, look, you grow your own yourselves, and you come up.
Oh, I agree with you 100% because you and I live in that part of the Rust Belt where you have you have 125-year-old homes that at one point were like the envy of the American dream, and now they're you can buy a 3,000 square foot Victorian home that you can buy for $60,000 that. If you place that same home on Long Island, it would be fucking $3 million fucking dollars. Only because people don't want to live in that area. So eliminating property tax and all that would be such a great benefit for that area.
I disagree with both of you. I think that what say for example what Snake was saying a few minutes earlier, with the overpriced of California, fucking move.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like if I decide I want to buy Exxon stock, and the price of oil goes dramatically down, I don't expect to be subsidized because I sell it at a loss. That's what a house is.
No, you're right. But if you sell it a fucking loss, you pay less taxes.
That's true. You can write it off.
If you sell a house at a loss, you have capital gains losses.
But if you sell a house at a loss, it's still your fucking house. Or if you can't sell it at all, then you're still responsible for the property taxes because you're walking away from it.
In either case, they're an investment.
Your house is not just an investment. It's where you keep your shit. It's where your kids live. Like, dude, you can't just pick up and move all the time. It's not all that easy, especially if you have any semblance of a family. It's not that simple.
If you are a full capitalist, you realize every decision you make has an economic consequence, and a great percentage of those consequences are negative.
Right, and
that's what you live with.
Yeah.
But listen, if you're an Ayn Rand fairy book tale capitalist, yes, every action has consequences. But you're talking about people in the Rust Belt that have built lives to generations of families that went into jobs and were able to build a self-sustaining life for themselves. That shit was all shipped overseas by politicians for the last 34 fucking years. So you have to add, listen, you're being really pragmatic and I understand, but there also has to be some sort of like a human element to this a little bit,
On a sentimental level, I fully
Not
agree.
no, not sentimental. Just like a human element, right? But I agree with you 100%.
Human, emotional, whatever
Not
whatever.
emotional, just the human element of how it used to be.
I fully
Okay.
I
Let's
fully agree.
look at this. Let's look at this from
on.
both sides. Wait. Let's look at this from both sides of the story. Either way you go, the government's not going to get paid. Either they walk away from the house and they're stuck with a fucking dilapidated property they have to deal with, and now it's a fucking debt for the whole fucking community, right? For the fucking local government anyway, right? Sure. Or you stand here and you just eliminate their fucking property tax. It's just money not coming in, and they take care of their own property, and it's not a fucking debt. And if they start a business, then they can employ other individuals and build the entire economy of the fucking area back up.
Right.
You do realize unpaid property taxes doesn't affect the saleability of the house.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter whether or not you get any of the profit from the house. If you owe enough money on your house, the bank fucking takes it and then they sell it.
Sure, but foreclosures in a neighborhood brings down property values of everybody around you.
Yeah, which is a perfect time to invest.
I mean, but not everybody has the money to invest. You're very pragmatic, and I love that. However, the older I get, the more I understand. I'm not being a bleeding heart here. I'm just saying the actual realism of the situation is, I mean, say blue collar neighborhood. We're talking more so Pennsylvania than we are California. Those assholes that bought fucking condos for $1.5 million. Yeah, fuck those fucking people. But we're talking about Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia. I mean, Rust Belt, blue collar fucking guys, right? They're not the cats and buying penthouses in New York City or fucking ranch houses in San Francisco for $100 fucking, or $1.5 million. We're talking about rural areas.
Hey, fuck you, man! I'm really wealthy. I've got $150 in my bank account.
Well, there you go. But it's regional.
You also have to be somewhat real about you're right as far as the broad term financial aspects there, but we also have to deal with some fundamental asymmetries in some of these markets where, for example, in the United States, we hand out banking licenses, which are licenses to print money. Right. That's going to distort every single market that is denominated in US dollars.
Sure, when you fractionally lend $1 to 10, yeah, that overinflates everything. Right?
Yeah, and not only does it inflate everything, it inflates it asymmetrically, where the first people who spend it get the most value out of those dollars. That is going to produce income inequality, and that's not me just using the buzz term. It literally causes income inequality. Why do you think 50% of GDP is government spending? It's because the government has the most US dollars because the government freaking makes them. Yeah, you can say it's the Fed or whatever, but let's be real here. The Fed and the government are the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, but they are. No, but the Congress isn't. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. All right, that I'm just going to cherry pick at this point, but you're absolutely correct. I mean,
yes and no, and yes, and also no, but yes and no, and also no, and yes.
But
are we all on the same page?
No, but the Federal Reserve is its own entity. It's not beholden to the Senate or the Congress.
Except that they get to approve a lot of their board members.
Right.
I feel like any detachment between the federal government and the Federal Reserve is pure theater.
Yeah, that's my point in what I'm saying. The Federal Reserve is not a government entity. They're not really even elected officials.
It's a government agency in the same way to the Social Security Administration is a government agency. It's the same thing.
Right. Let's say they wanted to print $2 trillion and just shove them in the banks to try to ease the lending or bring down the interest rate for people, so people are spending money. They don't need Congress's approval. They just fucking do it.
But they have to sell Treasury bills in order to do that, though.
But
Well, but China and all those guys are more than willing to buy that stuff.
No,
and that's
no,
why China is
actually,
the biggest threat.
the vast majority of treasury bills is owned by the Fed.
Well, yeah, because they buy their own shit back. They're not beholden. Listen, if the fucking Federal Reserve right now deemed it feasible to print $5 trillion, which would debase all of our fucking savings or every dollar we had in our pocket, they would not have to go through Congress. They could just fucking do it. That's why I'm saying they're a private. They're basically a private entity.
If you're going back, going back to the property tax thing now, yeah, you're all overlooking the simple plus and minus of this, which is it's all nice and fun to say someone had like shit served to them in life, like I should feel sorry for them. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but the fact is, if feeling sorry for them involves unpaid bills, that means everyone else pays those bills.
No, you're absolutely right. But listen, you're being way too pragmatic, like way too like I am 100% with you that consequences have actions. There are missteps. However, when your government when you had 30 years of fucking politicians actively working against you to take your fucking jobs away from you in the fucking Rust Belt that pretty much runs this fucking country, there is some sort of fucking disconnect there where all roads lead back to the government. They're the fucking problem. So the government should retroactively eliminate your shit. But what I'm saying is I'm the Ron Paul fucking theory of get government out of fucking everything, out of marriage, out of property taxes, out of fucking everything. So you're asking for the government.
I 90% agree with what you're saying.
Okay,
but that's
we're
not
best friends.
But that's not the reality of what we have now. And as long as we don't have that reality,
sure,
to say, okay, all debts forgiven, no property taxes for you, that means everyone else pays those property taxes because
everyone else by what do you mean? Who the federal government gives more money to the states? That's already happening now, like in an exponential rate, even under Trump. So, like, how do we? There's no way out of this other than trying to go back to some sort of fucking standard of money, and that's not going to happen. So right now, it's an inflation game. It's a race to the fucking bottom.
Well, I mean, even you're talking about like these COVID relief things. I mean,
I know that I think they're horrible.
We're all paying for those.
Oh, I think they're horrible. 100%.
And if you get a check for $1,200, it's going to cost you a lot more than $1,200.
Oh yeah. Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But what else? What else do you do? At this point, they fucking destroyed shit so bad. What else do you do?
Dude, I have friends who are so fucking stupid. They come to me all excited, like, "Hey, guess what? The government's gonna send us a check." I'm like, "You paid for the check, you fucking moron. They're taking a whole lot more than they're giving. Why are you happy?"
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure those stimulus checks are technically advanced tax returns. I think you have to pay them back next year in your taxes.
No. You're going to pay them back, but you're going to pay it back in inflation. You just won't see it.
Exactly.
Inflation is a hidden tax on the people.
Inflation is a tax on
demanding welfare benefits and demanding that the government spends money that doesn't exist.
Listen, if you're in a position right now, the best way to be is in debt. Take debt out and fucking try to fucking roll it over. If you have the money, debt is king right now. I mean, a lot of people don't have that, especially in my area. I mean, in the Rust Belt, you don't have, $100,000 take out a loan and try to get something to, make a higher interest rate other than everything. However, but debt is king.
And the dumbest thing is that if you just keep rolling that over at the minimum without having it go into violation or whatever, your credit score will go up.
Mm-hmm. Sure, maybe. I mean, as long as you can keep paying those fucking payments and you can roll it over and keep them ahead of the inflation rate, right? Right, Tom Pinoid? What do you think?
All right. Yeah, so like taking out debt and rolling it over onto an interest-bearing fucking, account at this point, I'm not real sure if you can beat the inflation rate at the moment.
Well,
I mean, Like the market's been so goddamn fucked up. I just kind of been holding on to steel and silver and gold at the moment, and I'm waiting to actually into I want the goddamn fucking government to bail the fucking hotels out. Like legit, that is my next play. But they just refuse to fucking get a stimulus package together. But yeah, anyway, so here's the mentality that I have, right? As far as this local fucking property tax, people aren't going to be paying for it because they're just not going to be giving the same services anymore. Right. And this is kind of my mentality. Like, I want to eliminate permitting. I want to eliminate all the things that like would hamper you from starting your own business and starting an economy in the local place where you can generate new wealth,
or even starting a family. I mean, for that matter, be good.
Or even supporting your family, right? Like, you know, even like going back to agriculture and say like selling wine or liquor or whatever the case might be, or, you know, whatever it is. And you're actually having an economy and rebuilding back up through. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Can I go back to the inflation/debt thing?
Sure.
I mean, you're right with you're totally right, Gutenberg, with the inflation.
Well, yeah, you're only paying 3% for most fucking loans. I mean, if you could roll that over and get, I mean, it's like a no-brainer.
If you want to make money off this, though, well, I guess not make money, but not lose money.
Well, I think the implication there is that you've got some sort of investment that you previously would need. For example, if you're trying to, I don't know how well I'm coming through here. If you needed to buy a new car, for example, and you needed to do it sometime in the next 5 years, now is actually a particularly good time because you can get a no questions asked loan at 0% APR and 0% down right now for 6-year term.
If you needed a car, however, a car is a depreciating asset. It's not.
No,
I'm not saying as an investment that will get you positive in a balance sheet. I'm saying as an investment, as in you have some sort of either lifestyle or business that you need to maintain. Now is a good time to be taking on debt if you are going to need to take on debt for a particular purchase.
You're not wrong with the debt. I will simply say that if you want to be proof of the inflation, owning a home or owning certain stocks, inflation-proof stocks, as in buy yourself some Colgate, buy yourself some Kimberly-Clark that makes tampons and paper towels, because their prices will go up right along with inflation. You'll be just fine.
Buy Walmart, buy fucking all that fucking bullshit. However, buying a car right now is the worst fucking play you could fucking make. Do you see the prices of used cars right now? They're double.
Yo, it is insane how high the fucking used car market is.
It is fucking outlandish. However, if you have the cash, you get a fucking mortgage. You can get a mortgage on like the half a doubles. I don't know if that's a thing everywhere, but you know what I'm saying about Tom P.
Yeah.
Half a double. It's a home. It's split into two, whatever. You can get that at a fucking 3% or whatever and rent it out and have someone pay down your mortgage for you. The inflation rate in 20 years, you're going to fucking be so far ahead on that, or anything that the cost of the value is going to go up over time. But me personally, I like commodities because if you inject a whole bunch of money into the economy, everything is going to rise. Rising boats, a rising fucking sea, you know the fucking quote.
A rising tide lifts all ships.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, the problem you run into right now, especially at the moment, is that commodities haven't really fucking moved.
Not yet, but they're going to fucking skyrocket.
Yo, no, they should have already skyrocketed. Well, but they're just not.
Well, because there's paper fucking ETFs that they can hold the shit down for, right? So silver right now should be fucking $70, $80 an ounce. Gold hit fucking.
Yo, it should be like $2,000 or $3,000 an ounce technically if you call it all the paper.
I'm gonna counter what both of you just said. You buy fucking toilet paper.
Sure. I mean,
no one's gonna ever stop buying toilet paper, tampons, or paper towels ever.
Listen, everybody in chat, don't buy toilet paper. That's a horrible advice right there. That's just bad.
Like,
Don't do that.
yeah, look, buying toilet paper at a premium at the moment is probably a fucking bad idea. But
I don't know, but listen, I got like a solid 2 years worth, so maybe it's not that bad of an idea.
yo, look, I saw that we were legitimately out of motherfucking toilet paper at the store, so I went and bought ammunition.
Oh, listen, I buy 2 years of the toilet paper. I don't care. I'm sorry.
Ammunition prices are retarded right now. You'd be better off reloading your own.
Well, look, do you remember back in 2008 when the Obama shit? I think 1,000 rounds of fucking 223 were like $800.
I've got 2,000 rounds of 9mm now.
There you go.
I'm not going to disclose my armory just on principle.
Oh, by the way, Steel Snake, when you showed up on the screen, you forgot to suck in your stomach again. Just saying.
Yo, leave my man alone. All right, listen.
They have been running him in the chat, legit.
I know they're beating the shit out of this cat.
I don't know what's going on. I just appeared.
I think you'd be all right if you just put a shirt on. Like I'm
Yeah, legit. He needs to put a fucking shirt on.
Look,
real
look,
shit.
Dude, it's like 90 degrees in here. I'll turn off the camera if it bothers you that much. I do have pants on.
No.
I think I'd like you to turn off the cameras because you're making my shit loud. To be honest,
I just want you to take your pants off. That's my problem.
Hold on. Listen, no. Steel Snake. Give me an overhand bicep pose, like fucking. Hold on. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna vote against the shirt. Keep the camera on. Take the pants off.
All right, I'm not gonna be against that. However, Steel Snake, turn that shit on. Give us an overhand bicep pose. Let us see what you're fucking doing over here.
God, I thought I was the only fag here.
I have entirely too many degens going on.
I mean, I will if you really want me to.
Yeah, I really want you to. I'm not gay, but I like see another man's physique that's been working out. You know what I'm saying? Give us an overhand bicep.
Okay,
that sounds pretty gay.
From a total fag, yeah, that's beyond gay, homie.
All right, listen. If I gotta fuck another man to prove a point, I'll do it right here, right now.
Ready?
If I gotta out alpha all you fucking guys by fucking another man on stream, I'll do it. Steel Snake, give us the overhand. Hey, listen, there's nothing gay about a booty hole. Steel Snake, give us an overhand bicep pose. Come on, turn the camera on.
Booty hole
and then we'll talk more fucking economics here. Come on.
Yeah, I think the consensus is turn the camera back on.
God damn it! I come in and I turn everything gay. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah. Here we go. Hold on. Go ahead, my dude. You've been rocking it all day. Go ahead.
I was just I got like a giant tub of bullshit.
All right, put the fucking ammo down. Show us your fucking what you're working with here. Come on.
What do you want me to do?
Overhand bicep pose, dude. Flex them guns. All right. I mean, you're not in bad shape. Your stomach could use a little work, but I mean, your guns are pretty solid, right?
Yeah. I'm actually cutting weight right now.
Oh yeah. What are you doing? You going in the Marines? What are you doing?
No, I'm 30. I'm a little bit too old for that, but I do some amateur modeling, so I kind of like every couple of months.
Don't say that shit.
Yeah. He's got that. What the fuck's the name of that website where it's all porn?
Shit. What the hell is that joint called? Fuck.
Brownstarfish.com. So
yo, he got that. He got an OnlyFans page and shit. He's working on
OnlyFans. That's what I was.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
He has a dad bod though. He's only 30.
All right, look. If this man can make a fucking living off OnlyFans by fucking posing in front of the camera nude, all power to you, my guy. Go ahead.
Enjoy yourself. Do your thing.
You're making me nervous, just wandering around a little bit. I think
legit. You are making me nervous too, just up walking around and shit.
I
literally don't sit down. I don't honestly know why I have any chairs in this house.
I'm gonna kind of agree. Like the shirtless is kind of hot, but the walking is kind of methy.
All right, listen. I'd bend you over a little bit and show you my fucking man. However, you're a little jittery, my dude. Are you gonna shoot up a fucking courthouse? What's going on?
Is this my fault?
Give me my drugs right now.
No. I mean, stay off the juice. That's not what I'm saying.
I am.
All right, this went south really fucking quick.
Yo, man, this went sideways very, very quickly. Can we go back to like the fucking economic shit? Because I feel like this is why like my channel never gets any traction, because we get somewhere and then like we get sidetracked and then all of a sudden it's gay sex, you know, like
I'm sorry.
Well, Peanut, I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. The gay thing sells. Trust me. I get a lot of views.
Yeah, but I'm not. Yo, I know you get a lot of views, but it's because of the fact that usually on your channel you're doing a fucking kumite with somebody on a regular basis, or against somebody.
Oh, no.
Well, fuck you all.
I'm a fan of Andy. However, I do like talking about the economics. Pinoid, what do you want to talk about, my dude? Let's go.
Man, look, because that's what we started this for, was to have a conversation about the
sorry,
economics thing.
we had to address the fucking elephant in the room. My dude walking around here without a shirt.
Yeah, I just wanted to address the fact that the goddamn chat legit. I thank you for like making him stand up and put the guns up and shit, because I needed to like deal with the fucking chat.
Sun's up, guns up. We had to address it. Now it's over. And
Is it really that weird for an adult man to take his shirt off? Like, why does everyone have a problem with it every time I take my shirt?
No, like yo, the chat was running you something vicious, and like you leaning into it like really stopped all the fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
no. Number one, are you in the northern hemisphere of the United States of America?
He's in West Virginia.
Well, it's fucking October, dude. It's late October. So the shirt.
Dude, I have natural gas heating here. It's 100 degrees in this house.
Listen.
So hold. Stop discouraging him.
Yeah, shut up.
Andy, this is not a Zoom call. Put your fucking cock away. Right? This is not what we're about right now. All right.
Why you have to ruin it for me?
I mean, listen, my guy, if you need to jerk off right now to feel good, I mean, we can. More power to you. I mean, turn your camera on. Let's get this fucking party started.
Pictures. I mean, help something. I mean, someone help.
Someone asked in the chat why I have such a big knife. I make knives for a living. I'm not like a psychopath who just collects them. So.
I mean, you're wearing a bandana. You look pretty fucking psychopathic already.
Oh my god, gaming and yelling is going hard right now. What are you doing, my dude?
I'm not that hard.
No, you're going hard.
I gotta tell you, it's not that serious.
All right, seriously, guys, I gotta get up at 6 a.m. It was great talking to you, Pinoid. Great talking to the chat.
You know the deal, man.
I love you guys. Good shit. Keep up the stream.
Thank you for coming around, man.
Oh, no doubt. Later, guys.
All right, peace. Motherfucker, the great and all-powerful fucking Gutenberg, my friends. You know what I'm saying? That was Gutenberg.
Who?
He was a big thing a few years ago.
Oh.
How was he a big thing exactly?
You know Gutenberg Gaming.
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay, well, Gutenberg went out when what was it? Fucking Occupy Wall Street and the riots over Trump and shit. And he was out like filming people in Philly and like all over the fucking place. And like he had a big fucking channel. It had like 60,000 subs or some shit like that at one point. But you know, he has since passed away or ran away from it.
Gutenberg used to show up on my channel back in, you know.
Yeah, me too. Like he's been on my channel many a times.
I don't care. Was he good looking?
Gutenberg, yeah, you know, he's a Philly guy. He's fucking German, you know.
No, gotcha.
That means he's probably blonde gaming.
Gross.
Nah, it's more like brown hair. Fucking, he's like a darker German.
I'm already bored.
So pretend German.
What's SS jerking off?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't either. Anyways, can we get back to the subject?
He is doing a little thing that's in this kind of like jerking off.
Turish, I have a propane forge, not a coal forge. I do some coal forging, but normally what I use is a propane forge. This is the one I'm doing this week.
Oh, that's pretty.
This is a 16-inch fighting bowie.
I like it. Wow.
It is. That is very nice.
Someone from TFM stream actually ordered this from me, so that's cool.
Cool. Fucking yeah. So,
how much did that go for?
Yeah, how much?
$350 with a sheath included.
Wow.
Goddamn, good knives are expensive. You know,
But it's mostly labor. Like that's actually very cheap for a big fighting Bowie. It would cost between $500 and $1,000 from a really big maker.
I don't have a Raid Shadow Legend code. Like, would you think Raid Shadow Legends is over here sponsoring Pinoy News? Our only sponsor is Dick Ass Auto Parts.
Also, Gaming DM.
Oh.
But y'all stop with the fucking DMs back. Anyway, yo, look.
You don't know what we're talking about. Fuck you, Pinoy.
I know. Right. So anyway, back to what we were having a conversation about. Economics. So we still have yet to solve this fucking issue or even resolve it because Addy keeps saying that it's fucking dumb. Right.
I have the perfect solution, Pinoy.
It's shoot people and kill individuals and let the blood flow in the streets.
If they're not economically productive, throw them in a fucking wood chipper.
Again, we can make them back into be economically productive. Like, why do we have to yes, we can. You just have to take away the government handouts. People are not going to
take away the government handouts and then we decide what else to do. Because I would be happy with just that.
Okay, I agree with you, but we're talking about individuals who are falling down because their factory closed down in their town or their local economy took a shit. So I'm saying, why not take away all the leeches that you put on them while they were growing and allow them to stand here and fucking rebuild their economy themselves? Rather than them moving and affecting the fucking economies across the goddamn country for wherever they go and they're competing for new labor. And we don't end up with a fuck ton of individuals all living in fucking one area voting for Democrats because they gave them free shit.
I think the difference you and I may have, Pinoy, is you have a better view of human nature than I do. Everyone goes through shit. Some people don't just go through shit; they live in Detroit for the rest of their lives.
Is Yoda really self-conscious about his height? Like, what the fuck? Quit talking.
Yeah,
shit.
he is a little dude, from what I understand.
Yoda is only 5'2". Leave him alone.
Yeah, Yoda's a little troll, man. You gotta love the trolls. You know what I'm saying? That's why we keep him around, because they keep everybody else to fucking check.
But I'll tell you one thing. If Yoda stands on top of his balls, he's like 6'4".
Yo, Doku.
I was gonna let you guys keep going with the whatever colorful conversation you were going with, but what's up?
I believe we were talking about gay butt sex. Doku.
Yay!
Oh, I showed up at the perfect time. Let me show you my purple cowboy.
God damn it!
That's my one for the night. That's my one for the night, gaming. There you go.
I really like this phone. I just got a new Moto 4X and this indestructible case for it.
Oh my god, why are you not naked yet? God damn, stop talking. Just get naked.
Yo, look. Later on, you can pay him to get naked.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, I'm gonna agree with gaming. Stand up and drop him.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not on this channel.
I'm sorry. Why do I keep doing it?
I mean,
not on my channel.
It's on my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, hell, if you guys keep going the way that you've been going, just in the 10, 15 minutes I've been here, you might actually be able to bring back the service and hospitality industry.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Gaming and Yelling Show when it gets even worse than here.
Way worse. I don't know. Well, all I'm saying, Snake, is walk off camera, take that thing off your face, drop your pants, put that thing over your put that thing over your dick, and then come back on camera.
Stop.
It's my fault. I just know it's all my fault.
Swear to God.
God damn it. Why is it always my fault? God damn it.
If someone wants to Venmo me $20, you'll see my dick, but I'm not doing it.
Addy, make sure you send me pictures though after you give him this $20.
Yo, Dick Ass Auto Parts is going to drop their sponsorship if y'all continue this bullshit.
Dick ass auto parts.
they make brakes to make sure you stay out of other people's butts.
I'm not okay with that. Definitely not okay.
You know, they're anti tailgating. You know, it is what it is.
Well, come on.
Anyway, right? So economics, Doku.
Stop putting your small dildo there. Put it down.
This goes
All right.
We don't want to know, Goku.
I know him. Hey, that wasn't me.
I
Get out
know.
of here,
It's our SS, whatever. Not me.
Oh, I'm not going to say what heritage I might or might not be. Anyways, Pinoid, you had a question for me.
God damn.
How do you feel about my plan? Eliminating property and local taxes from everybody who ends up losing their fucking for towns that end up losing their factories and jobs.
See, I'm against the idea of property tax and income tax completely. If you want to keep sales tax, you know what? You're entering in a voluntary exchange of goods or services. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead and tax that. But I'm working to make money so that I can pay my rent, so that I can pay a portion of that to the government. No, fuck off. Oh, I bought this thing with the money that I worked for, part of which went to go to pay the government, and I own it now, and I have no debts, and you're still going to tax me on it because I own it? Yeah, fuck off with that. I think we should do away with property tax completely. I think that's absolute other bullshit.
Yeah, property taxes is a feudal system. Right, it comes from like an old noblest mentality, and it needs to be done away with. We need better ways of taxing individuals and better ways of funding our government. And I personally think now that you're going to have automation with all these goddamn companies and shit, where they're not going to have any workers and overhead, you should just tax them until like they fucking are basically, paying minimum wage to workers. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same rate that they would end up having to pay workers and shit, minimum wage, not like anything more.
Okay, so Pinoid, when the country was founded, property taxes were the only tax. Would you be on board with keeping property taxes if all other taxes were eliminated? Because I would take that trade.
I might take that trade.
Like property, in my opinion, is the one thing that actually makes sense to tax sometimes.
It depends on what property are we talking about, because you have to remember, are we talking about are you going to tax the fact that I own a car? Or are you going to tax the fact that I own land? Or are you going to tax the fact that I own gold and silver? Thank God that's not.
All right, hey, how about this? A flat tax based on the amount of acreage you own and the actual value of your property is irrelevant. I would be okay with that.
Actually, yeah, I would agree with that one. I would take that bet. I would take that trade. If I don't have to pay income or sales, all right, cool. Tax my acreage. That's fine.
I have a better idea for all of you.
What?
I've actually never expressed this to you, Pino, but I will now. The ultimate fair tax. You remove children, remove 65 and over, remove retards. Every feasible adult, you simply take the number of them, you divide the expense of government, period, by them, and you say this is what you owe. Doesn't matter if you're Bill Gates or if you're on welfare. Here's your tax bill. That's the only thing that's really fair.
Actually, the reason I agreed with what Steele said is because, like with what you said, that's essentially the idea of just having a flat tax. I don't care how much or how little you make. Flat tax is a flat tax.
This is an ultimate flat tax. You can say a flat tax like I made 20 million. Oh, you're paying 10% of 20 million. No, this is you're a human being existing in this country. Here's what you owe. Here's your percentage of the roads.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that, but I feel like here's where the issue runs into, right? For instance, say you served in the armed forces, right?
Okay, well, hold on. Let me interrupt you for a second.
Go ahead.
If you actually introduced my tax, 90% of the people in this country could not afford it.
And so
I need to correct
that's
that.
something.
It's secession, not succession. It's secession. SEC, not SUC. Jesus fucking Christ. Y'all gotta insult a motherfucker. Spell it right. What about individuals in like the armed forces and shit? Right?
What
Like
about
say you go and serve your fucking country. Should you
we
still have
don't
to pay fucking tax?
And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone who does that, but choice. Unless we have a draft, choice.
Feel you, but then again, you're volunteering to go and actually serve the fucking country and serve the common good of the country.
I would say the compromise there would be while you're creating or while you're receiving an income based upon your service, regardless of what it is, counterbalance that with the fact that once you're retired or once you decide to go out of that line of work and move to the private sector, you're essentially paying for your pension. That's what your tax goes to pay for. I would make that compromise.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not actually advocating everyone gets the same tax bill. I'm just trying to point out a point.
What?
When people bitch about progressive taxes or bitch about the lack thereof, I want you all to realize the people who actually make real money, they pay for almost everything.
Oh yeah, that's true. The top 1% does pay the majority of the taxes in the country.
And well, not just that, but I don't remember the exact percentage, but it teeters somewhere around 50% of people. They don't even pay income taxes.
So a lot of people get tax returns as well. So on Addy, on the point that you were bringing up, everybody pays a flat tax. You would have to draw the line somewhere at whatever is considered the poverty level, and we do have an issue with that determination in this country because making $60,000 in Louisiana or Michigan is not the same thing as making $60,000 here in Virginia or Southern Maryland.
Or New York or LA.
Yeah, cost of living is something that needs to be taken into consideration, but unfortunately hasn't.
Well, there's cost of living too, which is for lower income. Well, I don't mean lower, but I mean like non really high income. That's very relevant. But the point I'm trying to make is that there's like 50% of this country that's being bitchy and whiny over what they don't even pay.
Well, no, they're being bitchy and whiny over. It's not even over what they don't even pay. Like, they're being bitchy and whiny and not contributing the fuck at all.
Because they've been told their entire lives that the man or the white man or some nebulous force is holding them down.
Well, and this is my problem with like fucking. I think this is one of my big problems with Doc Griffin. Right, legit, is that I get tired of hearing his 1970s, 1980s fucking neoliberal fucking bullshit. I get fucking tired of hearing it. You know what I mean? Like, when you say something like y'all were having that conversation about Fox News, like you could just hear in Doc Griffin's fucking voice, like his mother going, "Oh, Fox is for all those conservatives," right? You know what I mean? They're all racist. And you can just hear it in a motherfucker like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck is playing music?
Sorry, my fucking I'm gonna break this fucking phone. Jesus, sorry about that.
Why are you not naked?
Get naked.
Shut up, Jamie. Yo, he's not. His camera's not even on. Yo, look,
I don't care.
fucking man, but y'all stop with the naked dude mentality, right? Again, but like we get back to like,
fuck you, Pete.
Yo, the tax nonsense, right? Like legit, I really do think it should be based off of fucking sales tax as an in general thing and capital gains.
Again, if you base it on things like sales tax or property tax or any kind of consumption tax, you will dramatically impact negatively our economy.
And So this leads into a discussion. If you base it on sales tax, you're going to have a certain demographic of the country that's going to want to hoard money or save money because they know they're going to be taxed on it, especially if you're not paying income tax or you're not paying property tax. That will be an issue, but that's not going to be an issue for people who are making more money than they know what to fucking do with. So it's a weird catch-22 in that situation. I think a good combination would be a flat sales tax. Acknowledge that certain people do live close, if not below, a poverty line, wherever that might be, with whatever demographic you're living in, and to some degree a property tax. Not owning a car, but perhaps say if you own over 1 acre of land, then it's taxable.
No, how about if you're generating revenue off your property?
Revenue is one thing. I would say I wouldn't want to tax capital gains outside of, if you're someone like me who trades stocks, specifically commodities, and literally all I'm doing is trading. It's not like I'm not out there like pulling oil out of the ground. I'm not mining the dirt for silver. I'm simply just trading. Yeah, go ahead and tax my capital gains. That's fine. But if I own an actual oil field, I don't think you should tax that. As long as I'm producing something. As long as I'm producing something of tangible value to the economy, I don't think that should be taxable.
Well, no, but like, well, it should be taxable. Like, as far as, fucking, if you're earning money off of fucking pulling oil out of the ground and using the natural resources of the fucking country, you should be paying fucking taxes. It's that fucking basis. You're generating wealth off of natural resources of the fucking, of the United States. You should be paying taxes.
But Pinoid, my caveat to that, I shouldn't pay taxes on it until I sell it. Then I make a profit. I have a capital gain.
Yeah. You shouldn't. Yeah, you should never pay any fucking money until you make a fucking profit, right? And that's how the basic tax structure works in general, right? But the other half of this, the other part of this is legit, is that you have to be able to stand here and tax individuals who, all right, you can tax people who are earning money off of their property, right?
Oh, so you're basically saying tax rent, or
you tax rent, you tax you tax people who are farming the land, you tax individuals who are using their garage to generate fucking revenue, right? Whatever the case might be. Like, say you're an HVAC guy or you're a fucking plumber and your business is based out of your house. You can tax that motherfucker's home, right? But so you should not be taxing an individual who just lives in his fucking home and works some fucking where.
But Pinoid, I have to ask the question, because in this type of conversation, semantics are important. Are you saying tax revenue, or are you saying tax profit?
No, I'm saying tax property at that point. Like, if you're using the property to generate revenue.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I can agree with that, actually.
But if it's just you have one home and you live in it and that's where your family lives, you shouldn't be taxed on that fucking property.
Okay, so you're saying tax. Essentially, you're saying tax any kind of factor of production, even if it means it's land. If you're using it to make a profit and you made a profit, the resource that went to create that profit should be taxed. So in this case, like if you're a farmer, you sold a bunch of whatever, you made a profit, you should also be able to tax that property.
Yeah. Like, because the property is a fucking revenue generating thing, and it shouldn't be high for farmers. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be some ridiculous amount of money, right? But on the same point, you shouldn't be taxing individuals. Like, you should pay property taxes one time, is when you buy your fucking home. Same as with your car. When you buy a car, you pay taxes on buying that fucking car.
No.
Yes.
You pay taxes every year in your car. At least
where?
in my less fucked up state than Pennsylvania, apparently.
We don't pay taxes on our car every year.
Really, I pay for tabs every year. Those are taxes.
Well, I pay for registration in order to use the fucking roads that were built by the government.
That's taxes.
That's not taxes. That's a user fee.
Oh, wow. You are a commie, aren't you?
I guess you could make the argument that it's a tax, but it's not necessarily a property tax. Essentially, you're not taxing somebody for owning something that has already been paid off. Like, simply because I own my car and I paid all my debts, and you're taxing me simply because I own it.
Well, but hold on. You buy a car.
Yeah.
If you want to drive that car, you need little tabs on your license plates each year. Otherwise, you can't drive it on a street legally. How are you saying that's not a tax?
I'm not saying it.
I
I'm not saying it
wait.
isn't a tax.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can own that car and I can park it in my garage, or I can use it on a fucking farm on my private roads and never pay for a fucking tag.
That's the thing. I'm not saying that the license or registration fee or what have you, however your state operates, isn't a tax. What I'm saying is I don't want to be taxed simply for owning it. I don't want the property tax aspect of it.
I got something to say too.
What up?
You could drive the vehicle and all you want inside of your property, but you're not gonna be able to have insurance on it.
No, you can insure farm equipment.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
If it's a
Yeah.
vehicle that's supposed to be driven like in the street, it has to have a fucking
No.
license, and it has to have its to get insured. Yeah,
No, it does not.
I can get legit. I can get fucking insurance on this Igloo cooler. Legit, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I can buy an insurance.
but not a
product or
car.
whatever.
Not a
Yeah,
car.
No, you
yes,
can.
You can. Yes,
No,
you can.
No, you can't.
You have
Yes,
two
you can.
different people here saying yes, you can, especially on farm equipment. If you claim it as farm equipment, let's say, okay, I have a fucking Dodge Ram. Let's say I fucking never take it off my fucking property and only use it to fucking till my fields and fucking drive around on my property. I can claim that the same that I could claim a fucking tractor. I don't have to go and buy certain fucking license and registrations for a fucking tractor. I can claim that the same and get it insured.
And on top of that, you can actually drive on the roads to go get things like fuel for your farm without registration and fucking tags on it.
I don't see them fucking registering the goddamn fucking horses that the Amish are fucking riding around in out here.
Nope. Like, yo, legit. Here's the thing. Like, yo, when I owned a bunch of classic vehicles and shit, right? When I had like, fucking hot rods and classic trucks, right? I didn't have to insure those for driving on the road. I insured those as collector's items for their fucking retail value,
Which is meaningful purpose. Like,
yeah, and it covered it if you drove it on the road. But like you didn't have to have anything. Like they never asked about insurance. They never asked about registration or any of the bullshit because you don't have to have those things registered.
well, and that's another thing is a lot of people that I deal with, they fucking have race cars, and we go to the fucking track, and they have dirt cars that they fucking. We have a dirt track out here. Why not? Those aren't fucking registered. They don't have to do that fuck bullshit because
But they're insured.
They're insured. But they trailer them and they bring them to the track and then they fucking drive them.
Yep.
So you can still drive shit. It can be insured. It doesn't have to be registered.
Insurance is the biggest Ponzi scheme I've ever seen.
Well, insurance is a necessity. Like you have to have insurance on some things. You know what I mean? Like
if you want to talk about insurance as a Ponzi scheme, that goes into the medical and the healthcare aspect, and we could go a deep dive into that. But
My problem isn't that I think things should not be insured. My problem is like the endless paperwork that's required to do anything. In most states, you need a license to own a fucking dog. You have to have everything insured. You have to have insurance on your insurance, and then another insurance plan to cover that. This is fucking stupid.
Well, again,
if you do everything legally.
Real quick, I think Pinoid actually said it the best. On some things, very specific, on some things, you should have insurance. Whether it should be mandatory or not.
For instance,
I don't know.
We all know a dude who had his house burned down and had insurance on nothing. Right. And then the government had to bail him the fuck out. Right.
That never should have happened.
Yo, I agree with you. Right. But like, yo, you should have insurance on your home in case something catastrophic happens, like a fire or, heaven forbid, a fucking flood or a hurricane or a tornado comes through, whatever.
You should, but if you don't,
yes,
I should not be paying for it.
Right? Like, yo, this is what I'm saying, right? Like, you should have insurance on some things, like your home, for instance, should always be insured. But and this is what I'm talking about with, I mean, like, we have these conversations about what government should be. When you have all these things that say you have to have insurance on, like this and that, and for fucking your business and all this type of stuff. No, these are fucking barriers to entry for fucking, starting a business and, joining the fucking, the entrepreneurial class. I think that should be taken away in general.
Well, look, if you're talking about shit like insurance, like liability insurance for a business, that's the kind of shit you should earn the money to pay for before you start your business. That's not the same as like random egregious licensing fees. Those are two different things.
Well, the amount of, like, for instance, like, say you want to start like a food truck or whatever the case might be, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you start a food truck and I get food poisoning because you're an irresponsible fuck, you should have insurance that I can be paid off for because you almost killed me.
Well, yeah, you should have liability insurance. And this is my 2 cents on the subject, and it's very basic. I'll start entertaining the idea of common sense gun laws as soon as people start talking about the idea of common sense insurance.
Okay, so let's say theoretically you could be sued for anything. So, like, isn't that kind of a slippery slope? Then wouldn't you technically need insurance on everything to be completely covered?
Well, but the food truck example with food poisoning, that's pretty common sense. I mean, that's not a slippery slope. That's pretty black and white.
No, I think the free market would take care of it. If your food truck makes people sick, you go out of business.
If you die from this food poisoning, that doesn't do you a fuckload of good.
Well, I don't care. Like, people die every day.
Like, life should not be safe.
Like, yeah, he killed me. Okay, my family can now inherit the Winnebago he was selling the hot dogs out of.
Oh, and here's the thing in regards to what Addy and Steele were saying.
Also, Steele, turn your camera on.
Just shut up.
Damn it. But no, if we're gonna go down that rabbit hole, then you would have to also ask, am I liable for, let's say the whoever is providing my my raw meat? Let's say they didn't store it properly, but they're the ones that deliver it to me.
I'll give you some raw meat.
Or if whoever provided me with my deep fryer or the flat top that I'm using in my food truck, let's say the thing malfunctions and it doesn't cook the meat through thoroughly or properly, who's liable? Is it my fault that the product provided to me failed, or is it my fault for serving it without knowing? It gets into a tangle of who is liable. So I would say that all falls under the umbrella of liability insurance.
Well,
it's the infinite liability loop.
Let's go to the deep fryer that didn't work. Number one, I would say that you should know, as the fry cook, you should know what you can serve or not. But if you don't, you should have liability insurance. And if you have liability insurance and the fryer didn't work, they're going to go after the company that manufactured it and their insurance company.
So that's the thing. You have to determine who is ultimately liable. Let's say the thermometer fails.
But if you're the person who died from the food poisoning, your family isn't going to have to worry about that shit because it's going to be however many levels up. You were covered by the liability insurance of the food truck.
Yo, look, seriously, like, on some real shit, life should not be safe. Like, you take a risk. You take a risk eating at a food truck. You fucking know this.
Well, you're right. Life should not be safe, but life should also not be negligent.
I don't mind negligence.
All right, long before we had endless frivolous lawsuits falling out our ass, we did not have like blanket ridiculous negligence. Like America was never run as poorly as China even before we had these fucking lawsuits.
So time out. It has nothing to do with negligence on a small business owner, right? So let's say, because I am a small business owner, that I sell jams, I sell candles, I sell fucking wax melts, fucking cakes, fucking all sorts of different shit. Well, let's say my fucking jams. I make a fucking blueberry jam. I get it from this certain manufacturer and this certain producer. And all of a sudden, they have a recall. I already have sold 10 to 15 different products of that item. And there's now a recall on the fucking blueberries that I mashed up and I made into this product to sell to them. Now, the liability falls back to me where I have to fall back to them and all of that. It's not negligence on my part because when it was sold to me, they said, yes, this is a good product. Yes.
Yeah, but Ace, you're gonna want a buffer of time for your theoretical insurance company to cover this before they sue their insurance company, or otherwise they're gonna take your house.
And that's the other thing is when you guys talk about the insurance for a small business owner, do you know how much that is just on liability alone versus a large scale business?
I have a question here. Are you guys familiar with the everything and nothing paradox? Is there any functional difference between everyone being insured and no one being insured?
Yes.
I don't think so, but okay.
I think there is. You know what I'm saying?
Depending upon how safe you are, there's a great deal of difference.
Right. Okay. So let's. I just had it and then I fucking lost it. But I'll say, all right, yeah. Look, let's look at it this way, right? So the problem is I'm looking at barriers to entry for individuals to become entrepreneurs and do what they have to do, right? And those barriers in a lot of these places that, in particular, like Detroit and fucking a lot of places in, Democratic run areas and whatever, are fucking massive because these people continue to have the same rules they had when they were wealthy, and we're not wealthy anymore. And we have to eliminate some of this, all of it. We have to limit all of it. Like the barriers for all this bullshit needs to go away.
Okay, see, I feel like that's kind of a cop-out for the people who started robbing when the times were good. It's not okay to steal ever. Like, we never should have had taxes or that are this fucking high or, like, policies that are this complicated. It's just bad, period.
I agree with you. This is what I'm saying.
To say that it's a free market is complete and utter bullshit. It's not a free market. It's a corporate market.
I mean, Peanut, I'm with you in spirit, but you as a consumer have to have
why
the reassurance of realistic recourse if you're fucked over.
Why?
So that's something interesting to point out, Addy. In regards to insurance, it's there in the name. It's supposed to insure you in case something goes wrong due to outside factors that you might or might not have control over. It's supposed to be there as what people would call a safety net. It's insurance. You pay for that insurance so that you don't have to pay for everything out of pocket, because that usually tends to screw people over. But that doesn't change the fact it's insurance. So should it be mandatory or not?
Maybe I'm a little bit cold-hearted, but when people fuck up, I'm okay with them just dying.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that mentality.
Until it's you who gets the rancid hot dog.
I don't buy random hot dogs.
I'm not stupid enough to eat a rancid hot dog.
Yeah. Like, I'm smart enough to know, like, when I bite into something, oh, this don't taste right, and I throw the whole fucking thing away. Like, why is this such a difficult fucking thing to grasp? Like, I'm not interested in having the government protect me.
Because what happens when it isn't the rancid hot dog? It's the I'm going to pay however many tens of thousands of dollars to reside my house. But hey, the fucking idiot Mexicans who did it, everything fell off the side of my house 8 months later.
Don't hire Mexicans.
Fuck you. We fucking productive as shit. Fuck off, you two fucking white trash.
Hold on. Then you're gonna wish that fly-by-night siding company had insurance.
You are getting what you pay for. Pay for the fucking good company to do the work.
Look,
that's where Addy fucked up though. Addy hired the Mexicans to do the fucking siding and not the goddamn landscaping.
Mexicans, Americans, whatever. If I pay someone to have like my furnace replaced and the furnace starts a fire and burns down my house in 6 months, I damn well want them to have insurance.
I damn well want you to have homeowners insurance to fucking reimburse you for the fire. That's the purpose of homeowners insurance.
Oh, so you're saying insurance is a good thing?
Yeah, we already had this conversation. We said you should have. Remember we went over Mad Dodge. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you should have insurance on your home. Heaven forbid, fire, flood, fucking hurricane. Remember?
I don't know what you're talking about, Peanut. I want to live in a camper.
Definitely go talk to Mad Dodge again.
Right. I mean, like, this is where that's at. You know what I mean? Like, you should have insurance on your home, right? You should be protected, right? Like, protect yourself.
If you want insurance on your home, you should have it. But if you don't want it, no one should compel you to purchase it.
Like, did you know, like, the reason why you can't get like people to hire felons is not because businesses don't want to hire felons, right? And like, there's no bar for entry, like, legally. It's because of the fact that insurance companies won't insure the business that they hire felons.
But Pinoid, there is no insurance that's sold that will pay you back if someone decides to put rat poison in your food at a restaurant.
Well, yeah, that's called life insurance.
Useful or utilitarian insurance is, it strangles business and it hurts the economy. I don't like it.
That's called life insurance, and that's how you get paid out for that.
Well, that does you a hell of a fucking lot of good when you're dead.
Life insurance isn't for you. It's
So
for your family.
We're talking more so about business insurance, and that's what Eddie kind of just brought up with the whole restaurant and hiring somebody, and Pinoid talked about hiring a felon and whatnot. I've seen that. I was a fucking manager at Noodles and Company, and we would go through applications, and I was like, listen, I think this dude's a good fucking fit. And my area manager came in, he was like, no, we can't hire him. I was like, why not? He was like, he's too risky. It's like, what do you mean? He goes, well, if something happens, I don't know if the company would be able to really say it's okay with what happened, and they might try to put it off on him. I was like, fuck that shit. This dude fucking did his time. He fucked up, but he's looking for honest fucking work, and he's trying to lift himself up. Fuck that noise. Let's hire him. And it's like, nah, we'll pass on him. We'll go with a fucking GED dropout who's still fucking in drugs and high as fuck during this interview. Like, nah, bitch. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, like legit, like there's a lot of parts of this, right? Where, and I get back to my original point of, basically what we did was we put massive amounts of weights on individuals as they fucking became stronger, right? And now that like they have a broken leg and they're fucking losing muscle and shit, you have to take those fucking weights off of them. It's that simple.
What the? I don't know what that analogy means. What the fuck?
Yeah,
he's talking about like towns like Detroit where like bad policy and just general unrest and awful business policies and stuff forced industry out of the town. Now the tax base is leaving and the town is turning into like a crime-riddled ghost town. He's saying that the only way that you can save these places is by lifting the tax burden and turning them into some kind of tax haven.
Or government, you have to remove government and the regulations and the permitting and all the shit that goes with it.
Okay, if we're going back to that, I would submit to you, Pinoid, You'd be much better bulldozing Detroit and starting over.
A lot of it at this point, yeah. But like real shit, again, we need to eliminate all the taxes and all the government that's there. All of it needs to leave. You need to get rid of the fucking. You need to get rid of the police. You need to get rid of the fucking the local tax collectors. You need to get rid of the permitting officers. You need to get rid of the goddamn fucking magistrates. You need to get rid of all of it.
I'm sure getting rid of the cops in one of the most crime-ridden cities in the country would be a great idea.
He's not talking about the police. He's talking about the horrible policies that
strangle. Well, no. I literally just said the police too. Like, yo, you need to get rid of the police too. Like, yo, there's entirely too many of them that are doing a fucking thing for the fucking community. And legit, if you eliminate and not only that, get rid of child support and all the fucking like bullshit ass laws that are placed on fucking men that like legit just destroy the entire community to begin with, the whole thing becomes better.
Have you ever considered the idea that sometimes some things, and in this case Detroit, should be left to die?
Well, I think what Pinoid was trying to say is you need a hard reset because the whole thing itself is screwed.
Yeah, you have to start over from zero again.
Yeah, but there are all sorts of. I mean, take for example the police. There's a damn good reason why there should be taxes to support police in Detroit because it's a shithole.
You know,
full of crime.
If no one is saying that police are unnecessary, what we're saying is that Detroit, the police included, has been mismanaged to the point where it is no longer salvageable.
That's fine. Then bulldoze the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, look,
much like you should do Palestine. Bulldoze.
Look, here's what you do. Legit, here's what you do. It's really simple. If you eliminate child support, you eliminate 50% of crime tomorrow. Flat out, over the box, right? And once you eliminate individuals' needs to fucking continue to get money no matter what happens and allow them to survive, and every time they start a garden or a small restaurant out of their fucking garage or whatever the case might be, which is what they're trying to do. They're trying to start from the bottom again. That's what they're doing in Detroit.
How does child support come into play here? Because number one, if you don't want to worry about child support, don't get a bitch pregnant.
That's the dumbest excuse I've ever had or I've ever heard. Do you have a vagina? That sounds like an excuse that a woman would give.
I have no use for a vagina, thank you.
Yeah, he's a homosexual. So like, all right, look, it's
but even if I weren't, even if I were straight, it's not that hard to keep a bitch from being pregnant.
It is difficult to keep a bitch from being
pregnant. It is
pregnant.
if your fucking tadpoles actually move.
Right.
Don't take her word on the contraceptive.
These are kids who are barely educated. All right, most of them can't fucking read. They didn't graduate high school.
Well, evolution needs to take care of that, Pino.
Well, no, like because they can become
they're not being
productive
eliminated from
members.
The gene pool, they're being thrown in prison.
Yes.
What's the difference?
There's a huge difference.
Difference is people who die.
Don't give me the prison shit because if they're thrown in prison, they're not given child support payments.
Yeah, but they're coming out with fucking child support fucking due, and so they're just as in bad shape as when they went the fuck in or worse.
Honestly, the entire scenario of the people you're describing, they all should have been aborted. And I don't even. And again, I don't even believe in abortion. But they all should have been aborted.
But they weren't, right? And that's the fucking problem. So they're here now. We need to deal with the situation as it sits. If we eliminate child support, eliminate all the fucking garbage. Like, when you eliminate child support, 50% of the cops can come off the top, right? If you eliminate permitting and all the garbage that stops you from starting your fucking business and allow people to grow and allow individuals to be able to dig themselves out of a situation, you can bring these cities back to viability.
I want to run a scenario by you, Pinoid.
What up?
17-year-old Pinoid knocks up 16-year-old whore bag.
This happened for real. This is an actual scenario.
Well, yeah, probably more than once, but
this happened to me. Come on, let's keep going.
So, 16-year-old whore bag has a kid.
Yes.
Now you're saying eliminate child. Obviously, you never got married because you.
I did. I got married.
In my scenario.
Okay.
You never got married.
Okay.
16-year-old whorebag gets knocked up, has the kid. Where is your you shouldn't be paying anything for this?
Okay.
A woman should not be set up for the next 20 years just because she took a load. Okay, like the problem with child support is much like welfare. It literally incentivizes the destruction of the family. You don't get a paycheck if there's a man in the house who has a job.
No,
you don't get child support if you're still with the baby daddy. This is destroying the family. What do we have? Like 75% of African Americans are born to single family households. It's not good.
Hey,
78.
He was asking Pinoy that fucking question.
It's okay. It's okay. Yo, he did a damn good job. He did a damn good job.
How about you blow me, asshole?
Hey,
Yo,
that's my job.
Be nice. Be
No,
nice.
no, just suck about your dicks with your fucking asshole.
Reel it back in. Reel it
BB.
back in. Reel it back in. Let Pinoy
BB.
talk. Gaming.
All right.
Gaming.
Okay. Yeah, like legit. This is the problem, right? Is the fact that like yo, the female is given all the fucking help as long as she gets rid of the dude. All you have to do legitimately is like yo, eliminate child support, and then you eliminate motherfucking the need for the female to get rid of the dude.
I don't disagree with you in terms of like female favoritism when it comes to things that involve children, but what I'm saying is how weren't all of you involved? Just a bunch of irresponsible fucktards.
Because everybody at 17 and 18 years old are irresponsible fucktards.
I never knocked anyone up at 17.
You were a homosexual, so therefore you didn't have that issue.
Wait, do the butt babies not count?
Yo, look, man, creating Andy Dick does not count. So what I'm saying is, right, is that
we don't claim Andy Dick. Get the fuck out of here.
I can honestly say, based up, I would not have even if I were straight.
Yo, look, what I'm saying is he is the creation of fucking Kirk and Spock. All right, and I mean that's the end result of fucking Andy Dick.
Don't.
He's the butt baby of fucking Captain Kirk and Dr. Spock. Anyway, right?
you're I agree. I fully agree with you as far as the women are given preferential treatment when it comes to kids
and welfare.
However, where the fuck does male responsibility come in here?
Yo, because like yo, if you allow the dude to be the fucking head of the household and don't stand here and fucking tell that woman that she will get more shit if she throws that dude out and isn't with him, then the fucking family stays together and he's responsible for it anyway.
All right, if I might interject, I think the core of the issue here is we're talking about whether it's intentional or unintentional, incentivizing certain actions while also giving a disproportionate weight to who holds more responsibility or accountability for those actions.
So have more butt sex than vagina sex.
Okay, so
Gimme.
women aren't responsible
Am I
for
wrong?
anything. Like, why do men have to carry the entire world?
You know, here's something where I'm going to agree with Pinoid, which, as you know, Pinoid, I secretly mostly do. The men should be the head of the household.
Yes. Okay. Like, yeah, like I mean that's where we are right now. Like, yo, how about this?
But the thing about that though, Pinoid, is I agree with the being fucked over by women legally. But the point is, if you're saying there's no responsibility for the man, you're not being the head of the household, even if there isn't a household. You still need to be in charge of the life of that child.
Well, again, this is where we get down to like, yo, legit, if you eliminate all the fucking dumb taxes that we have, in particular property taxes in these type of places, right, where you have these issues, you can stand here and have lower rents, lower costs of living, and the ability to start businesses much easier.
Two different things.
Not.
No.
Well, real quick. I'm not trying to white knight for Pinoid on this one. I don't think he's trying to make the argument that men should not have a responsibility for their actions. I think more the issue is how disproportionate the responsibility placed on the male and the female is in this type of situation, because it all falls on the male.
Well,
Yeah.
financially, I totally agree with what you just said. I totally do. But you can't go to the opposite extreme and say that there is no legal financial responsibility with the male. I mean, that's the extreme opposite side.
Well, how
Men
about
already
this?
assume full responsibility. Like, why do we need to pay more?
How about this? How about this? Right? Like, why is it that when a factory closes down and the town gets goddamn fucking dilapidated and everything gets destroyed, why is it that like the man is not the one who's giving all the fucking help? Why is it that women get all the money but the men get fucking nothing?
Because women are weak.
I'm saying though, like if you just gave the money to the man, like it'll just reverse the goddamn fucking way this works. Like the household stay together and everything works out better.
Actually, this ties into something that I heard. I don't know if you guys watched Lord Nurgle. I've been on his streams several times before. There's a guy who comments on his streams. He's old school, way older than us. Warlord Ralts, and he described what the original academic idea of toxic masculinity.
What was the original definition of toxic masculinity as you were explaining it?
Did Doku just cut up or anyone else?
I think yeah, all of us, I think. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking, I mean that's kind of where the deal is, right? So if we continue to fucking go this way in which we're going, like, we're not gonna make it. Right, like flat out, we're not going to make it as a society. And I'm trying to come up with solutions rather than just bitching about, oh, it's the black people, oh, it's the unions, oh, it's fucking this, it's that. Like, all right, well, how about this? How about it's government? Government's the problem, and it's ran terribly.
But Pinoy,
what up?
I don't mean to make this overly personal, but I mean, you're an easy example.
What up?
You can't go around fucking and impregnating everyone who like makes eyes with you. I mean, seriously. There is.
Well, like, I would have been still married to my first wife if it wasn't for the fact of child support and motherfucking welfare giving fucking females a better way out.
Well, obviously, if child support was part of the problem, you were no longer with her anyway. There's such a thing as fucking, and then there's such a thing as like having kids. And
honestly, I don't believe that child support or more money made your woman leave you. I don't believe that for a minute.
Okay.
Well, like. I mean, like real shit. Like, look, families will stay together, right? Because like, we got married, we had fucking kid together. Like, you have a fucking life together, right? And just because of the fact that, like, a dude will sit here and restrict what a female does, and they feel some sort of kind of way about that because you're like, dude's responsible for the whole household, not just himself, but everybody. Like, if something bad happens in the household, he has to pay for it. So therefore, he tries to state his fucking authority. Females get upset about this, and they go, all right, well, I can do whatever I want, and the government will pay me, and I don't have to be relying upon this dude who's, wishy-washy as far as earning money because he's young yet.
But Pinoy, you shouldn't get married to someone unless you've already gone through all of these discussions and like we agree.
Okay, just because she told you that she's not going to leave you and take all your money, why would you believe her?
So when it comes to the financial aspect, like I've been trying to say for the past 10 fucking minutes, when you break it down, Pinoy, being a bitch, and fucking her popping that out. Let's say Pinoy is making $40,000 a fucking year. He has more than enough money to take care of his fucking house, the fucking food, the fucking anything that the baby fucking needs, the bitch fucking needs, all that fun jazz. But when it comes to the government, the welfare, all those different programs, they go, hey, we're gonna fucking provide you with $20,000 a fucking year for your food. We're gonna provide you another fucking $10,000 for your fucking housing. And by the way, we're gonna fucking also take another fucking $30,000 from your fucking man to fucking pay for all that shit. So now she's making fucking $60,000 to $70,000 just to fucking be a goddamn fucking person who pumps out babies. So what's the incentive for her to actually have a fucking household with somebody who's going to be like, no, bitch, don't be fucking stupid shit and actually fucking raise our goddamn fucking family right instead of fucking, well, I could just pop babies out and I could get more money. What's the incentive?
If those numbers are right, and I have no idea, Ace, but if they're right, that's fucked up.
It's 50. It's 50. It's 57,000 a year.
Well, real quick, now that my router is back, or Comcast decides to work, whichever it was.
You fucking hate Comcast.
Oh, dude, it's
painful. I got disconnected earlier. I feel where you are.
So, no, what I wanted to say is there's a guy on Lord Nurgle's stream, Warlord Ralts. He's a lot older than we are. And the original idea of toxic masculinity had nothing to do with men are too male and trying to be the breadwinners or anything like that. The original idea of toxic masculinity actually came from the fact that society views men as not only that they're supposed to be the breadwinners, but they're the ones that are considered disposable by society. You're supposed to be the one who supports everyone. Not just your brothers, your sisters, your children, your wife, everything. And if you don't live up to that, then you're not being a man. You're not the breadwinner. You're not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. That was the idea of toxic masculinity until it got co-opted by certain other identities. And that's where we have this type of situation now where, whether you're reaping the benefits or rewards of, having a family is irrelevant, because as a man, you're just expected to provide. And that's what society expects of you. And that's what the original idea was supposed to be. Granted, that's not the form it's taken now. So I think the idea of child support, should the man pay for everything, and then should the partner be subsidized? No. If you want to talk about responsibility and having responsibility for your own actions, I agree with Addy on this one. The male should be just as culpable as the female. It should be a two-way street. And this goes back to the idea of the nuclear family. It takes two to tango. So if the female is going to be subsidized by the taxpayer through the United States government, through child support, you're putting all the burden on the male. That's not fair. Nor is it conducive to the growth of the child, to the growth of a society. But it's not only unfair, but it actually breaks down the fabric of society, and it makes it far worse. It doesn't help the kid. It doesn't help the female, because now she's just dependent on government taxpayer money, and also the male, who, if he's lucky, gets to see the kid. The courts are always going to favor the female. This is a negative aspect of society that needs to be addressed. And guess what? It doesn't favor men.
Yeah. What you were saying is there should never be a financial incentive to not be together.
I agree. There shouldn't be a financial incentive.
This is why, like, I'm addressing government, right? Because government's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was trying to drive home. The
government's the issue.
Government has given a financial incentive to break up fucking families and go, hey, you don't need that fucking man. We got your back. No, fuck that dude. You could fucking do you. You could get fucking nails and eat fucking steak and lobster off welfare. You're fucking good.
And that's the thing. Like, I know we're gonna drop the big F word. No, it's not fuck, ladies and gentlemen. Although I know that's what everybody wants to do, according to this stream. But
what, you don't? Okay. Oh wait, MGTOW. Yeah, you're a virgin. Sorry.
Doku is not part of the MGTOW community.
I don't care. Actually, she sounds like him.
Wait, so does it actually count as losing your virginity if you put your dick in another man, or is that like
no, you still MGTOW. So still snake, wink wink later.
God. All right. So before we go down that gay ass fucking rabbit hole of a tangent.
You mean my butthole?
And you know what? I'm not even gonna make fun of gaming and yelling. I brought up the purple cowboy earlier, so tip for that.
Continue before I kill him.
But no, with this whole idea that began in the late 60s, early 70s, where when feminism, specifically second wave feminism, really started to take hold, and where the man, despite toxic masculinity being this terrible thing, where the man is still expected to take care of the child because he's more responsible than the female who chose to have sex with him and have a kid. But these are the same people who say, yeah, you can go out and have an abortion, or, you know what, just hire a babysitter or daycare. It doesn't matter. That don't let your child get in the way of pursuing your dreams and your career. And then they turn around and mock people who actually want to be stay-at-home wives and raise their children. This is the type of mentality and the type of ideology that has led to this mindset and the degradation of society. And it has nothing to do with white picket fence, patriarchy, toxic masculinity as it is in the current political landscape. It has everything to do with the fact that you're just as responsible for the actions that you choose to take as the other person that you're involved with, whether you're male, female, whatever your sexual orientation, whether you choose to fucking adopt someone, it doesn't matter. But you have a certain group of people because of an ideology that has been coddled by government, academia, and certain social norms that weren't normal 4 or 5 decades ago, that they have absolved themselves of responsibility, and it has led to this mentality that you're more responsible than me, even though I'm not the one who decided to go ahead and take your panties off. You did that for me. So we're both equally held culpable in this result of now we have a kid. Now we have to take care of them. We have to raise them right. We can't put it on the state. We can't put it on the taxpayer. That's your responsibility. Husband, wife, child, nuclear family. That's your responsibility. That has degraded so far that now society even thinks that staying at home or taking a half day at work because your kid is sick will get you laughed at. And you want to talk about something being toxic? There you go. Taking care of your kid is apparently fucking toxic, especially if you're a woman.
Yo, man, you can tell you spend way too much more fucking time with, you know what I'm saying, that suit yourself fucking undoomed motherfucking the fucking So Fane fan club, legit, man.
Dude, don't get me started on So Fane. I do not like So Fane. Pino, you know I don't like So Fane.
What the fuck is that? What the hell is that group called? Them motherfuckers. Spend way too much time with the damn skeptics.
There's a big difference between So Fane and the other ones you mentioned.
I don't say that because them niggas legitimately all had a meeting about me. You know what I'm saying? And for real, sat there and motherfuckers said that like, yo, they're all gonna block me and not deal with me.
You know what? I don't care about them because I don't speak for them. Whether I'm friends with them or not is irrelevant. Pino, I will give you fucking pushback on that one though. The man has responsibility just as much as the female does, and if you have to rely on the government to take care of your child while at the same time relying on the man to give you child support, that makes you not only a shitty mother, it makes you a shitty fucking person for thinking that someone else has the obligation to take care of you because you are also just as culpable of making a shitty situation or making a shitty decision that led to a shitty situation. And the only person I care about in that is the fucking child, because guess what? They're going to grow up in a fucking shitty household.
It also doesn't make you much of a man.
You know, if I have to take care of my kid, I'll take care of my kid, but I should not be obligated to it because the person that I had a kid with thinks they're obligated to it. I'm going to take care of my kid because I have responsibility because I had a kid with someone. I'm going to take care of my kid, but I don't want to take care of the person I had a kid with because she thinks she's entitled to eating lobster every Friday fucking night.
AP's in the chat and he said, motherfucker, he showed gaming his dick tonight.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob.
AP, you're showing dicks? What?
Hey, I work for him. He has to pay me.
Oh, great. Now I guess I got to show my dick.
Yeah.
Yo, look, what the fuck? Like, it's immediately jumping to that. I feel like you just want to show your dick. Anyway, look, man.
Show your dick.
Real quick on the southwest corner of a Las Tejas casino somewhere in the middle of the Nevada desert.
You know, I'm a little upset at AP because he has a bunch of different things in his show and stuff, but he never fucking presents the gay district. That's my district. Come on, AP.
Hey, AP.
That's where I live.
AP, don't I deserve some kind of spot too? What the
fuck?
Yo, you don't even have a regular fucking streaming channel and shit.
I get more views. I get more views streaming once a month than gaming does every day. What are you talking about?
But that's because gaming, you know what I'm saying, plays League of Legends and you talk shit about everybody.
Well, yeah, whatever works.
All right, Addy, you and gaming can fight over which side of the southwest corner you want.
Yo, look, man. You know what I'm saying? The happy.
Hey. I run the gay district. Shut up, Doku.
All right, yo, look, man. I feel like, yo, look. Before this gets derailed again, it's been about 2 hours, man. I want to end this fucking stream and maybe get something to eat.
I'm not done talking about dick. God damn it.
Well, then go talk about fucking dick somewhere.
Also, I want a spot in gaming's ghetto.
It's not ghetto. It's the nice part of the.
Oh no,
it's the Castro district.
No, it's not the Castro district. It's called the gay district.
Arriba!
Exactly.
Arriba! All right, yo, look, it's been 2 hours. I'm fucking getting tired. I need something to fucking eat. So, like, yo, I'm gonna end this motherfucking stream. Yo, thank you, AP, for coming out. Tersh, Steel Snake, Addy, Doku, Bearded Bastard, Gaming and Yelling. You know the deal. I love everybody here. I love y'all motherfuckers in the chat. Thank you for supporting this motherfucking channel. You know the situation. This is Tom Pease with Pino News. For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell and hit all because YouTube's a bunch of bitch-made motherfuckers. It is what it is. In the meantime, you know the deal, man. Peace be like one. Wash your fucking dicks and niggas don't be motherfucking broads and shit. All right, we up out.